Summertime, så du min, og jeg vild med dig. Summertime. Welcome, Aquarius, to the Maria and RainbowLand show. This is your personal sun sign horoscope from the 29th of May till the 5th of June. If you want to go straight to the horoscope and skip the Maria and RainbowLand show, you just go to 3 minutes ahead. Let's start the show. Summertime, så du min, og jeg vild med dig. Summertime. Honey, solen danser, du og jeg. Hver evig eneste morgen, der går jeg i skoven. Jeg tager min gummier på, giver hunden snor og synger tra-la-la-la-la-la. Om det regner, sner eller der sol for oven. Yeah. So, welcome to your modern shaman, Maria and RainbowLand. A show to inspire you too. Don't follow trends, follow your heart. I'm in the garden of my childhood home in Esbjerg, Denmark with Mooney in RainbowLand. She is 105 years old. Yes, that is true. At 105 years old. If you count that in man years, that is 15 times 7 in dog years. So, she used to have the nasty dance moves in the old days on the floor, but that's before she turned 100. We used to dance a lot, Mooney and I. And before we start with your weekly sun sign horoscope, I'll let you hear a bit of a song we made, Nikolai Brockdown and myself. I'm a composer, write songs and melodies, and I'm the singer as well. And Maria in RainbowLand is also funky house music and more peaceful meditational music at once. When the report is over, you can hear the whole song. I will put it at the end of the report. There's also 2 versions of this song on the channel. One with a super funny music video with Mooney on the roof of my car. My car's full of hearts and there's birds inside the trunk. I'm meditating in a chicken house and there's goats. And a lot of other things are going on in that video. It also went out in the radios in Danish, and we will soon enough release it in Spanglish and English next summer. That will probably be. I have so much on the plate right now. So I chose this week, instead of filming things from the air as last week where we saw the yellow fields of Denmark, to make a dance video where me and Mooney is dancing barefooted in the garden, letting ourselves and our inner heart unfold to a little bit of a Sagittarius full moon energy. Inviting you to do the same. Hey. So that when the report is over, I invite you to join me and Mooney as the summertime song starts again. And then you jump on the floor and dance with us. Yay! Here's the forecast. Hey there, Aquarius. This is your weekly sun sign report for the week of the 29th of June. Till the 29th of May till the 5th of June, and this is your modern shaman Maria and RainbowLand here in Esbjerg, Denmark, with her associate Mooney in RainbowLand. I just wanted to show you my ephemeris, which I got 2 decades ago. The first ephemeris I got, now I have one which is up to date. This is from 1900 to 2000, but I use it when I do consultations to make personal charts, just to show you. Because you're the nerd as well. You are the scientist that loves to see numbers like this, which shows the positions of the stars every day for those 100 years. So this is how we read the horoscopes and the charts. As astrologers, we use these numbers. Sometimes we get them printed out as images like this. So it's a screenshot of the sky. This is what I did for this week, of course, 7 pieces. I know many astrologers are fond of using modern day technology, so are you, and I am too. I use it a lot, but not for the actual session. I'm a librarian's daughter. I have 2 parents, and one is dead, which were librarians and book critics and reading 4 to 5 books every week, even more, maybe less sometimes. But so I was brought up with that it's nice to have it in the hand as well, even though
just as you guys, I love electronic devices. That's the whole fundament of my business and my life, my work. If I didn't have that, I couldn't construct or create the music that you heard in the beginning. Take the pictures, edit the films, etc. That's what brought society where it is today. So it's a good thing. It's not that I have anything against it. Sometimes it's just nice to have it in the hand as well. So, about this week, Aquarius, we are having a full moon in Sagittarius. And every week, every month, we have a full moon in a new sign, which means that only once a year, there's a full moon in Sagittarius. So, or in any other sign. So this means that it marks a special time where you need to be aware of this part of your life that the zodiac is the classroom the zodiac is taking you to, for you to evolve in this specific field. And the funny thing about this week is that it happens in your natural house. The 11th house is the natural house for the 11th sign, Aquarius, because it's about the network and the associations. And you're this great collaborator. You're the master of networking, and this is what it shows because it falls in Sagittarius where we expand. So in the eyes of other people, we also see you as this awesome networker. We see you as this person who's just like able to take everyone in, not everyone, but when we are in a group with you and this particular group, you make us feel at home there. You make us feel that we belong here with you and we are equal with you. It's not that, because you have this ability of not taking your ego to a level where you are above all the rest of the people around you. I'm sorry, the wire is getting in the way. You make space for everyone else because you have this capability, and this month this will be on the table of seeing so clearly and brightly the broad perspective of things. Your mind, you're so clever, you're so smart, and we know that, and we know you for that. And we also know that you go from group to group sometimes, or you put all your dedication into one group. And you also need to get something back from the group. You need to see that this group is evolving you, and that they are in the group are receiving something from you. Or you might move on to the next group, of course. And the Aquarius is the giver. You give water, you pour water to the thirsty ones, of whatever kind of water. But often, it's your knowledge, it's your grand visions of how life is put together, so you can help others realize and understand these things. Actually, so there was a technical issue. Apparently my camera is not that fond of being in the sun. But now we're not going to change locations. I'm sorry for that. The last thing I said was that you are known for being the good astrologers of the zodiac, Aquarius, because you're so brilliant in the way of thinking. The Saturn-Uranus combination, which are your rulers, the new and the traditional one, is known for brilliancy. And it takes, you're able to look into the future and create a great overview of what's going to happen and how are things moving about in society, etc. Okay, so the thing is that we have on Tuesday we have the moon the full moon in Sagittarius, as I said before, in your natural 11th house, and then on Wednesday Mercury moves into Gemini, as I also said. There were some major things going on this week, which was those two things, the most important things of this week, and the Gemini moving into your 5th house of romance and where you go to undiscovered areas and play like a child, like the tenacious nature in you comes out and you communicate with people. Gemini's Mercury coming home in its own sign of Gemini, the lower octave of Uranus, your second ruler, is significant of this is how you this is typically the kind of people you fall for and fall in love with, is the communicative Gemini types that can keep many different conversations going, or in a conversation go to many places and still return to the same to the thread, because they are bright and sharp in the way of thinking and fast and witted, and you like that stimulates you, that's nice for you. And it's also this unattached, they have this unattachedness, because they are the Geminis are their partners, they love their partners to be free and you know, to have this freedom feeling, so they are often themselves not easily attached, and that's what you like, and as an Aquarius as well. So it's time to go out there and explore these romantic sides of your life, or creative, or connect with children or youngsters, or do something creative yourself. But most important is to follow your heart. You know, the motto of RainbowLand is don't follow trends, follow your heart. And for you, it's so relevant this year, for 1.5 years altogether. It will end around October, November, where the Northnote of the moon moves into Cancer. But right now it's in your 7th house of relationship with others, where it's encouraging you to follow your heart and to look into who am I. This is very important. What do I feel for the Aquarius? It's very, very important. I will be mentioning it over and over again in the reports, because it cannot be said strongly enough. You're always about the group, and you don't want to stand out too much, and you want to be seen as a part of the whole, and not you're afraid of maybe people are going to see you as someone who wants to feel better than someone else, or because you want the group to function as a whole. But it's necessary for you to learn that it's okay for you to stand out as well. You need to find a balance between that, because otherwise you won't be able to feel who you are and what you really need, and stand in this beautiful light where you are the passionate, beautiful Venus, like goddess or god type that other people admire and think are awesome. You don't always have to be the one in the watching the stage where other people are on the stage, and you are in the audience, the neutral audience, where you cannot see who's who because it's dark in the theater, except for on the stage. Sometimes you can step onto the stage and be on that stage and let us see who you are, because you have so much to give. You're so wise, and it's okay for you to stand and share this knowledge and vision you have of the world and the future with the rest of us, and shine. And you also have Mars in your sign right now, and during the week the moon will go from Aquarius into Capricorn, and then finally go into your sign, the 1st house, on Sunday, where it will hit Mars. And since Mars is in your sign, it can make you a little quick-tempered and fast to impulsively act or do or say something, you know. And it cannot, because it's getting close to it's actually going to come into conjunction with the Southnote of the moon, that can bring out these bad habits or tendencies of yours that are not so good from the past, where you actually aren't, maybe you're too critical in some way, and you're criticizing whoever's on the stage because you are afraid to step on the stage. And stop doing that. You don't have to have that tendency, because you can just see that actually it's because sometimes you also need to go on the stage and be the one who stands out for who you are, not seen as a part of the group. Maybe that's why life and society has trying to, maybe you've felt with all this 12th house that has been removing unnecessary stuff in your life, and has been feeling like shock upon shock for you for years. Maybe you've been going through a lot of letting go of people, situations, things in your life in general. And maybe this was for you to see that, or maybe you even you left a group that you were a part of, or someone turned their back on you in one way or the other, and maybe this happened for you to actually step onto the stage as you, not as the member of this organization or the member of that football club, but who are you? Maybe all of this happened because now you need to find you. Who are you? You individual, for you individually, what do your heart beat for? And let the group see who you are as an individual. And again, I said that the full moon was in Sag, and the moon is moving into Sag on Tuesday 29th. Mercury moving into the 5th house of Gemini on the 30th. And then on the 31st, we have the moon moving into your 12th house, that's on the Thursday, where it again reawakens these things where you need to go spend some alone time, be with yourself, alone with yourself in some kind of meditational state, go into nature, reconnect with your spiritual side. You need to do that, meditate, clean out what's no longer serving you. If you don't do it, you probably be forced to emotionally somehow, one way or the other, because that's kind of on your schedule. And then on Sunday, it moves into your sign, as I said before, and the new moon cycle can start for you. Moon cycle takes 29 days, and it's a new cycle for you to begin again. It's not one of the grand cycles, but it's a lunar cycle. It's a new moon cycle, where we get into your first house, where you can look upon yourself and your identity, and see what you've learned through the last moon cycle, and how can we begin the new cycle in a good and constructive way for you. So thank you very much for watching, and Mooni says, arigatou gozaimasu, arigatou gozaimasu, even though you can't hear it. That's what she's saying. You can subscribe to the channel by going to the subscribe button here on YouTube. If you're on Facebook, you can just go into YouTube through this and subscribe to Maria and RainbowLand. If you want to get a notice every week about that the new weeklies are up, and you can also get notified if you go to the weekly newsletter on rainbowland.dk. Go into rainbowland.dk or rainbowland.jp, or you can go to modernshaman.dk, modernshaman.dk, and then you can subscribe to this, so that every week you'll know when you can get this free sun sign horoscope reading. Remember, don't follow trends, follow your heart, Aquarius. Checking out. Bye.
And now it's time for you to dance with me if you feel like it, but why wouldn't you? Here is Maria and RainbowLand Summertime, full version. Take it away.
Summer, summer, summertime, summertime. Så du min, og jeg vild med dig. Summer, summer, summertime, summertime. Honey, honey, solen danser, du og jeg. Hver evig eneste morgen, der går jeg i skoven. Jeg tager min gummier på, giver hunden snor og synger tar. La 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 la. Om det regner, sner eller der sol for øjen, yeah, yeah. Så bider jeg stille bånd for dig og ønsker dig lykke på vejen. Så nemlig for du vil følges med mig. Fuldmånen stråler ned på dig. Måneskin, måneskin, måneskin. Har solen skinner på din vej. Put den ind, put den ind, put den ind. Summer, summertime, summertime. Så du min, og jeg vild med dig. Summer, summertime, summertime. Honey, honey, solen danser, du og jeg. Hver evig eneste aften til kaffe, der bæller til og kobler hjernen fra til sød musik, der siger da-di-da-di-da-di-da. Om tiden er 3, eller jeg er på farten, oh yeah. Så sender jeg dig tusindvis af krammer, tænker på alle de gange vi var på trangen, vi to fik det væk til en sang. Fuldmånen stråler ned på dig. Måneskin, måneskin, måneskin. på. Nu er det kommet. Vi skulle samme vej, og jeg kan slet ikke forstå, at du er her hos mig. Fuldmånen stråler ned på dig. Måneskin, måneskin, måneskin. Har solen skinner på din vej. Luk den ind, luk den ind, luk den ind. Sommer, sommertime. Sommertime, sommer, sommer, sommertime. Sommertime. Fuldmånen stråler ned på dig. Måneskin, måneskin, måneskin.
And by the way, don't follow trends, follow your heart. Your modern shaman Maria in RainbowLand. Maria in RainbowLand checking out. Bye.
Sommer, sommer, sommertime. Sommertime. Sommer, du er min, og jeg er vild med dig. Sommer, sommer, sommertime.